Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to Lane College football on behalf of Dr. Logan Hampton, President, Derek Burrows, Athletic Director, Head Football Coach, Mr. Roger Ogden, Sports Information Director. My name is Ray Pack, along with
De-Jon Mitchell.
and we want to welcome you into another broadcast of Lane College football. Today, we will be taking on Tuskegee University as another important conference game that we have going on. This De-Jon, tell the folks out there about yourself. What year you are as a student. De-Jon is a student at Lane in the mass communications area, and so tell them about a little bit about yourself while I'll find what I'm looking for over here.
Oh, yeah, so no problem. My name is De-Jon Mitchell. I am from Los Angeles, California, mass communication major. I am a transfer junior from Santa Monica College. I actually did have a couple of years of playing football at Santa Monica College for 2 years. I actually was coming here to play football and a couple of injuries and follow my dreams now and being an analyst, man. And it's a blessing to be here, and I'm looking forward to working with you.
Well, we're looking forward to working with you today. Hopefully, me standing here, you catch a few things, learn a few things, and folks, I just wanted you to make sure you know this, that all this production as far as camera work and all the different things you're seeing going on is done by the mass communications department. I'm the only one that's not a student there, but they've asked me to come in and work with them on this broadcast, and it's a blessing and a privilege to be able to do so. So if you can learn just a little bit from each other, we're doing okay. All right, as we come into today's game, let's throw out a few things here. Tuskegee is coming in today at 1-4, which is a little unusual for Tuskegee. They're usually one of the top football teams in the SAIC, so a little bit different this year to see them at the level that they are. And I was looking at some things. Here's some interesting facts. In the series history with Lane, Tuskegee owns the overall series record against Lane 21-0. In other words, Lane has never beaten Tuskegee University.
You know, this could be the change. This could be the dynamic change today, and I believe that if Tuskegee comes out, if Lane comes out and plays their game and execute on all their plays, I think that today could be a day of change, and Lane can get it done.
I think you're right. Last week, I don't think we saw against Clark Atlanta the capability of the Dragons. I a little bit disappointed last week in what it was, and credit to Clark Atlanta. Don't want to take anything away from them, but Lane just did not play really their best game last week. So maybe today will be the breakthrough. They can get that first win. And I found this one interesting too. Last Saturday, the Golden Tigers lost to Xavier, or they lost last Saturday and gave up 61 points. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, I did actually get to see a couple of those. I did actually get to see a couple of those plays, and it was a tougher opponent. I believe Findlay is a D1 AA program, and I'm guaranteed the Tuskegee coaches wanted to take that game as a learning experience. And like I said, both of these teams are going to come out off tough losses, and Tuskegee is coming off a tough loss. Lane is coming off of a tough loss, so both of these teams are going to come in hungry for a win.
Well, now you said you were a former player, so I'm going to play question and answer here. As a player, would you rather play a team that's what we would call a cupcake, or would you rather play a team that may beat you and you be the cupcake so you can use that as a learning lesson?
You know what? Like I was telling the guys earlier, every game is any given Saturday. No matter how bad a team is doing, no matter how good a team is doing, you want to play to your best capability, because you can learn something from every game, no matter if it's a blowout, no matter if it's a close game. One of those, sometimes the close games are the ones you build camaraderie off of. So, I always say just go out there and play your game every Saturday.
Well, you sound like your thoughts and opinions are a lot like mine, that it's not always about the win and the loss. It's about leaving it all out on the field. If you put your best effort out there, then you've been successful. In my opinion, that's what builds young men's character in this game. And let's take a real quick break while we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem.
Another day, another privilege. We thank you for the weather that we have on this day for this competition. We pray your blessings upon all who are participating, the coaches, the officials, and of course all the players. Thank you for Tuskegee's safe trip here, and we pray that they would have a safe journey back. Now help the athletes to compete under the rules that have been established, and help them, oh Lord God, to do it in ways that they are protected from hurt, harm, or injury. And that at the end of the day, we will all be blessed because you have protected and watched over us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Now please remain standing, and gentlemen, please remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem performed by the Lane College Marching Quiet Storm Band.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem. And the Dragons and the Golden Tigers will soon be taking the field. Looks like the Golden Tigers will cross the way. You're going to make the field as our cameras are focused down to the north end zone, down where the cheerleaders and a few students, it looks like, are down to welcome the Dragons into the field today. As we have a beautiful afternoon. I don't know if you could get any better for football than what we've got today. What do you think, De-Jon?
Perfect football weather, man. Perfect football weather. You live for this as a football player. Nice winds, not too much heat. It's time to play some football.
It is time to play some football. And let's see, the captains for the Dragons are making their way to midfield. And it looks like Tuskegee's are making their way, too, on the far side. For the Dragons today, it looks like number 1, Marcus Reynolds. Number 4, Kenneth Williams. Number 7 down there, Anthony Blackman. And 85, that's Amari Hampton. And across the way, now, this is where I have trouble. Sometimes it's hard to see numbers on the front of a uniform because they're sometimes a little smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like, well, it looks like number 9, maybe number 11, number 5, and number 71.
Yeah, the number 9 is the running back, Hodrick Lowe. I think he is an X factor in today's game. We have to find Lane has to find a way to contain him. We can't let him get outside. He's a shifty back.
Well, I think that's what we saw a little bit last week with Clark Atlanta. They had a smaller than what you would expect running back to me, and he was able to maneuver around and able to pick up some yardage, especially on kick returns. I mean, he just kind of took over on the kick returns. So as our captains come out to midfield to meet the officials for the coin toss, we would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to Rockin' Dough Pizza. They are the official pizza of Lane College Dragons. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about Rockin' Dough?
I actually checked Rockin' Dough out my first week here, and it was really good. Actually, the price is not bad either. I got me a good. It was a slice of pizza, some fries, and a drink for about $6. So
that's about right. That's their combo.
Yeah.
One slice of pie, and it's not a small slice of pie. It's about an 8-inch slice of pie at the biggest point. And I think you do get a salad or French fries and a drink is like $5.99 or $6.99, somewhere in that neighborhood. But that's a pretty good deal. But we do thank them for being with us, sponsoring the Dragons. As we see the official talking, and not sure. Let's see who. Lane wins the toss, and they're going to defer to the second half. I always like that decision, though, especially if you can work the possessions the right way to get the last possession of a half, do something positive, and then you can come out and build on that momentum in the second half. I'm not a coach or anything, but,
You sound good, right? You also sound like you play a little Madden.
Well, I've never played Madden, but I've been around. Like I said, I've been around a while, and that's just a great strategy to be able to do that.
Definitely.
And as a matter of fact, that philosophy worked last night. The high school game I did, we had 7 possessions for each team last night. You had that's 14, 13 punts, no score, average drive a minute and a half. And so after that, then the team that ended the first half with the ball, they didn't score, but they were able to build on the positive, and they did score on that first drive, second half, and ultimately ended up winning the football game. So it works out well. As Lane is going to kick to the south, got a little breeze blowing, and it looks like it's blowing across the field from the Golden Tiger side over into our direction. So you got to wonder how's that going to affect the game. I know Lane this year seems to be built more to run the football, and probably 60-40, maybe 75-25, somewhere in that neighborhood. Tuskegee, they're fairly balanced. It looked like to me from the stats that I looked at.
Yeah. The Tuskegee is going to come out and they're going to give you a far look. They're going to give you a near look. They're going to throw a couple of different things at you. But what they will do, they're going to test they're going to test your intensity and see if you can come and stop the run.
And stop the run. Okay, so back deep we've got number 9, and you said that's their running back, Hodrick Lowe, and also looks like number 10 over there, and that is that's Ladrell Petway. Now they've got 2 number 9s listed on their roster, but I'm pretty sure that number 9 is was it Hodrick? Is that how you said it? Hodrick Lowe.
Yes, sir.
And I'll start by saying if I pronounce a name wrong, I apologize.
There you go.
But we're glad everyone's along with us today for Dragon football as Vincent Luis Juan Pena has the ball teed up.
Gameplay, please.
And there it is, the signal, ball's blown into play. And we're underway here. And that kick's going to drift back to about the 2-yard line. It's fielded by Lowe. He's out to the 15, to the 20, 25, still has room. And he's finally brought down at the 27-yard line on a pretty nice tackle there by a couple of Dragons.
Good tackle by number 41 from Lane. That was a really great tackle.
Number 41, Brandon Blake. Maybe 1st and 10 Tigers from the 34-yard line.
All right, as Tuskegee breaks out of the huddle, they're going to go to a pistol formation. You got offset running backs. Looks like you got wide receiver each way. So let's see what they can do here. Snaps received. Going to bring the ball to the outside. That's low. He takes it. He goes up the middle. Gets to about the 30. Going to mark at 36, be 2nd and 6.
As we expected, Tuskegee coming out, trying to see if they can test, if we can run the ball early, trying to test that defense and see what kind of intensity they're coming out with.
That's true. The quarterback for Tuskegee's number 15, Jamarcus Azell. And he's a pretty hefty-looking young man back there, stands 6'1", 185. He's a sophomore from Demopolis, Alabama. And now, again, pistol formation. There's this same formation. They're running the backfield opposite this time. Low in motion. Handoff straight up the middle. Ball carrier there, number 27, Eric Bright Jr. And the ball goes on the ground. And now they're gonna blow him dead. But Lane recovered the football, but they blew the play dead at the 40. But they bring a 3rd down.
Too bad we don't have any instant replay.
Yeah, you're right. That's I had looked away to see the player's name, so I didn't see the end of that play. So a big 3rd down for Lane early here in the ball game. So what do you mean big? Well, you want to establish that momentum early for your team. So the ball sits on the 40-yard line, under center this time, with an I formation. Again, a handoff to number 27, and he's met, and he's going to lose about 3 yards. I think Lane had that sniffed out pretty well.
Great stop by the Lane defense, man. We don't let anybody just run up our gut.
And that's Darian Anthony, and he is a player that hails from the state of Tennessee. He's out of Memphis, Tennessee. And so that brings up punt formation. The punter will be number 99, Dalton Hall. He is a sophomore, 6'2", 250 pounds, back deep. I'm sure that's Ahmad Isaac. He takes it on a hop at the 18. And nowhere for him to go as he's swallowed up. Good special teams coverage by the Golden Tigers there.
It's kind of interesting to see how Lane comes out on offense this game.
Well, what'll interest me is who's going to come out in the quarterback position. Is it going to be Rubin or is it going to be Reynolds?
It looks like Rubin.
It looks like Rubin. And to me, Rubin is more of the passing quarterback, and Reynolds gives you the ability on the ground. So, and we saw them play pretty much possession, alternate possessions last week. So Rubin in a shotgun formation. Takes the snap. He hands it off to Holiday, and that's Marcus Holiday. And he picks up, 3? So it's 2nd down and 7.
It's a little bit what we expected. Both teams coming out starting off with the run.
You're going to try to feel each other out here. But you've got to establish the run so that the passing game can become effective. And there's your first pass. Hampton complete. He steps out of bounds. And he's going to be just short of the first down. But that was a nice look right there. I like that short passing game. I do like to see the field stretch, but I've seen more success coming out of these short passes than most things. So it's 3rd down and 2. There's the handoff. That's Holiday. Oh, he's got a break. He's out to the 40. He's pushed out of bounds. And where are they going to mark it at? They should mark it somewhere close to the 50. And we've got a flag. So this may be a free play, but everybody's walking back like it's going to be against Lane. But that was a great play. Reynolds, Holiday just got out to the – they're going to call holding. So it's going to make it 3rd and 13.
You know, that always kills, especially when you get a nice long run in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, and that can deflate your momentum pretty quickly. I did not hear the player that they called the hold on. So you got, well, that's 3rd and 10, so that means it took place 3 yards beyond the line, or the first down marker. Makes it a little more manageable, but still a tough play. Shotgun snap. Rubin looking. He's scrambling, still looking. He finds his receiver right over the middle. That's number 15, Michael Grigsby. And Grigsby is going to step out of bounds just in front of that stick.
Just shy. What about the quarterback making a play? Getting out of escaping the pressure and making a good pass.
Well, exactly. And he did have a lot of pressure, and he was bootlegging around. I thought for a minute he was just going to throw it away. So 4th and 1, they're going to go for it. They're going to try to draw him off, surely. Surely you're not going to. I like the aggressiveness. Hand off to Holiday. And he's not going to get there. So a big risk by Coach Burrows going for it on 4th down inside your own 30. Now you put the real pressure on your defense.
You know what? You know, we don't want to bring up the past, but I think he's putting that trust in his defense, especially from last week. A lot of turnovers last week, and the defense did only hold him to 1 touchdown. So let's see if the defense can hold him here.
Well, I think you are on to something there. And you know, you don't like to say it, but the Dragons have been struggling a little bit early in the season, so maybe you're trying to do something to build a little confidence in them. So back on the defense as a turnover on downs, the ball sets at the lane 29-yard line, so a very short field for Tuskegee. And it's coming out wide to the near side is number 1, Peyton Ramsey. And I think Tuskegee is going to take a timeout. A little confusion with them, which is hard to believe. You got great field position. Now you had to burn a timeout. Let's take one with them right here and go through some things that you need to know about the mass media program, the ways to catch us and everything. We'll be right back after this short break.
Lights, camera, action. The mass communication department needs help. All students are welcome to help out with the production of the Coach Burrows show every Monday. Any help would be appreciated.
And we are back to live action. Make sure you do catch the Derek Burrows show on JEA Channel 6, I believe it is.
That's right.
Also can catch a rebroadcast of this game there. Shotgun formation, looking to throw. He's going to test it deep, go for it all. And, I thought we had the interception right there, but the ball falls to the ground.
Great coverage right there by the cornerback.
It is. It is really great coverage, and that is, I'm trying to, again, I was looking at the front of the number. That's number 4. That's number 4 for the Dragons, Kenneth Williams.
Coach Burrows expects a lot out of him.
And I'm telling you, he stayed in front of the receiver, and he was really the only one that had a shot to catch the football. It's now 2nd and 10 for Tuskegee. Again, you've got 2 wide receivers this way, 1 to the far side, 2 running backs. There's the handoff. That's low. Good contain. And I think they're going to keep him at maybe a yard gain, if that. As they throw him, force him out of bounds.
43, Michael McQueen had a really good job of keeping containment right there, not
Third.
overrunning the play.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10. You saw how he had to step back and make an angle, allowing the defense to stretch to continue the containment. So you can't ask for much more from your defense than to do that. That's textbook textbook defensive play right there to
Definitely.
stretch the field.
Definitely.
Pressure coming. Little wide receiver, or that's a screen to the running back out of the backfield. Little quick move, and I believe he's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. So
I think that was a really pretty good call by Coach Burrows, bringing a little pressure from the interior, getting the quarterback uncomfortable.
It's going to be 4th down and 2. Yeah, you kind of figured they were going to throw some type of pass. And so they're going to go for it here. 4th and the ball's on the 21, it says. So 4th down and 2. You got the I formation. The quarterback's going under center. This particular formation didn't work too well. There's the handoff to number 9. And no.
Denied.
That's twice they've made big plays. The one on the 3rd down and then now on the 4th down. So Coach Burrows' decision doesn't come back to hurt him as far as a touchdown goes. You kind of thought as Tuskegee struggling, maybe they would go for the field goal for 3 there.
There we go. Just like I reiterated, Ray, putting that trust into that defense, and look at them.
Yeah, they did the job, sure did. At that time, there was, I couldn't have picked a number or a name to make that tackle because there were a bunch of linemen right there. And so it looks like Rubin's back out. Hand off to Holiday, still hopping. And he's going to stretch out to about the 24-yard line, so give him a gain of 3.
You know what's interesting about Holiday? He has what you call yak. He doesn't really go off. He doesn't really go down off just one hit, one contact. He takes on 1, 2, and he's a big guy.
Well, he does what I always tell kids at whatever level. Don't quit moving your feet. Keep those feet moving, and you never know. You may break free. You may get something going on. And now the handoff is going to be – that's Thomas Sims. And Sims is going to get back to the original line of scrimmage there, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Gave us a little stretch play there. So we're seeing a lot of down kick out with the linemen.
Well, as a former player, you know as well as I do, you're playing the first half, feel out, make an adjustment at halftime. I'm sure coaches talk about here's what we can do, because they see what's going on the field. So you got 2 each way, one running back. Rubin looking to throw. He's got his Ahmad Isaac just drops the football at the 39-yard line. Would have been an easy first down.
They have to execute on those plays. But you know what? You got to play another down.
That's right. At that time, nobody was even close to Isaacs, so that pass needed to be caught. It was a little bit in front of him. I'll give him that. But it was still a catchable football.
And I seen him dive a little bit, and maybe if the ball was a little bit up, he might have had 6.
That's right. And Juan Pena is going to be punting the ball away, and standing deep for Tuskegee is number 10, again, Ladrell Petway. A little bit of a low snap. Good kick. It's going to go out of bounds, so it's going to depend what the angle is here between the 2 officials. And it looks like they're going to spot it at the Tuskegee 45-yard line.
I think what Tuskegee might come out and do, they might try to take a shot downfield.
Well, on the first play of that short field drive, that's exactly what they tried to do. Trying to test that lane secondary, which there are a few new players out there in the secondary for the Dragons this year.
You know what? A couple of new players in the secondary, the linebacker unit, and the D-line as well. So Coach Burrow has to be pleased with how they're playing today.
I think he does. I think he does have to be pleased so far today with what they're doing. So Tuskegee's going to break out. They're going to go to the I formation. You're going to have – looks like you're going to have a tight end on the far side. You got a slot receiver and a wide receiver to the near side. Takes a snap, little toss. That's number 33, and he's not going to – got a flag, probably going to be a hold. And number 33 is Justice Owens.
That was just great pursuit by Justin Owens. I don't know if guys can see it, but he shot down there like a pistol.
Yes. And I think the Dragon defense has read that play well to be able to stretch it out. And yes, we're going to have I believe it's going to be a hold. Yeah, 1st and 20.
Couple of penalties to start this game.
Yeah, normally a penalty on a first down like that can hurt you. Let's see if what the Golden Tigers can do. Is now pistol formation. Quarterback's got it. Toss. And that toss to number 27, Eric Bright Jr. And he's going to pick up probably 7 on that. So it'll make it 2nd and 13.
Little triple option look there.
Yeah, it was. It's kind of almost reminds you of that read option you see a lot. A lot of similarities in a read option and a triple option. That formation is developed from a long way when it used to be student body right, student body left. You remember all that?
Oh, yeah.
Back to pass, pressure, hit as he throws. The pass complete. And it was complete to Eric Bright Jr.
A scruffle down there.
And he steps out of bounds, fortunately, over on the far side at the 39-yard line. And, again, wide open.
Looks like a little misread assignment. Looks like that linebacker should have took the running back out there free.
Well, you've got to know if you're bringing pressure like that, somebody's got to step over into that coverage. And whether they're playing man or zone there, somebody wasn't where they needed to be. So it's 1st and 10 at the 39. Quarterback keeper, there's that toss again. And again, the toss to number 33, Justice Owens. And this time he's going to pick up about 5.
Good play by both the defense and the offense right there. And I like how the linebacker Pitts, he actually stayed disciplined. He keyed in on the quarterback and then also went flat to go, make the running back go a little bit outside.
One other thing there on that play is a defensive end. He needs to try to, if he's coming up making his L, as I've always said, that could fall on him too. But he got picked up on a good block by the offensive lineman. So bringing the pressure again. This time the quarterback's going to keep it. He steps back into the middle of the field. And he's brought down by numerous Dragons. Looks like the first player there is number 43, DeMichael McQueen.
McQueen is a special player. I don't know, for the last couple of games, he's made some big key plays. Had the interception last week.
Yes, you are correct. And so it's first down. He gained enough yardage for the first down. Had to get inside the 30 to get the first down. And the ball spotted at the 27. Yeah, more like the 26. It's time to hand off to number 11. Little quick dance move, cut back, cut forth, little juke here, there. Twan Adams, and he's going to have another Golden Tiger first down, this time inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Ray is getting chippy down there between them big old linemen, big D linemen.
Well,
it's chippy.
On that one first play here, on that open pass play, we had it back here. So you hate to see that, but the officials have to, at this point, if it keeps going, they've got to throw the flag. Whether it's whoever it's on, they need to throw the flag and say, hey, we're going to control what's going on.
Definitely.
Handoff that time is 27, and he's going to go right into the end zone. Eric Bright Jr., a 14-yard rushing touchdown. So with 3:57 left here in the first quarter, the Dragons are now trailing 6-0, awaiting that extra point.
Pretty good run by Eric Bright Jr. He's the senior. He's 5'10", 223 pounds. He's a load, so you're going to have to get low and wrap him up.
That's it. And your kicker number 9, Dalton Hall. Ball's down, ball's up. I believe that's good. So 7-0 the Golden Tigers here, 3:57 in the first quarter. We'll be right back with that kickoff as you see what's going on at Lane College.
Why are you doing all this speeding? What time you gotta be there, huh? You ain't James Bond. You ain't some GTA character. You are not on Fast and Furious, okay? This is real life, and you are a normal pedestrian. Look at a speed sign, all right? Turn off that radio. Pay attention so you don't end up killing somebody like this fool almost did to me. This message is sponsored by Lane College, the power of potential. And remember, drive carefully.
The Golden Tigers, number 99, Dalton Hall. Back to the Sleeping Dragons, number 8, Darren Clark.
And again now we're back live action. Dalton Hall
Number 85,
will be kicking off. Looks like Amari Hampton is deep. Looks like Darren Clark. It's going to be Hampton fielding it and bobbling it. He pulls it in. Excuse me, that's not Amari Hampton. That's number 82, Trayvon Taylor.
There you go, Trayvon Taylor. Even after a bobbly.
I tell you, I thought he was going to fumble that football the way it bobbled around, and he took something. And I think, are we going to have a flag?
Laundry on the turf again.
I did not see that. And from where the flag is, it's way over at about the 42-yard line. Or it's all gets Tuskegee.
Offside against Golden Tigers.
I didn't hear or see the exact call, but it was a 5-yard penalty. So Lane's going to take over at the 40. That's pretty good field position.
Definitely.
And so Rubin back out for the third series for the Dragons. And now we have a penalty. And I think they have 12 men on the field. No flag.
No flag.
Going to
No
wave
flag.
that one off. Far official on the far sideline miscounted by 1.
Hey, referees are human too.
And generally you can see where the flag is thrown, what the call may be. Rubin completes the pass. It's going to be just short of the first down. And let's see who picks the pass up. Isaac.
I love the play call there. We've been giving them so much run to run. This time we actually came out on first down and pulled it on a play action.
Right.
Made the guy wide open.
Oh, it is the first down. This time nowhere for Holiday to go. Your linemen were laying in the backfield already, so they got blown off the line of scrimmage that time. So it's going to be a loss of 6.
Pretty good penetration there by Tuskegee's defensive line.
As you're going to have 2 receivers each way, single backfield. Rubin looking, going to throw. And that time he completes it to Holiday. Holiday First down, much more as he's into Tuskegee territory down at the 23-yard line. Nice pitch and catch right there from Ruben to Holiday.
Another good play call there by the offensive coordinator. Like I said, Tuskegee is bringing some penetration. Hit him with a screen pass. Get some first down yards and plus more.
Well, you get that. You said a while ago, YAC, yards after contact. Well, now you got yards after catch, which is impressive. Now you're going to have the run. Yeah, they've got – I heard the coach over there say it's coming free on the edge. It looks like nobody is blocking one particular player.
Definitely.
But he gets a yard. As we're running down in the first quarter, it looks like we've got 1:50 left here in the first quarter. Lane trying to answer the touchdown run from Tuskegee. You notice different formation. They've got Hill out there. And Ruben on the keeper. And he's going to be down close to the first down. Looks like he's going to be about a half a yard short. That was a nice play. He had me faked. I thought he just gave it to Holiday.
That was actually Reynolds. We get put
Oh, I didn't. Well, we missed that one too, didn't we?
We put
See,
little wildcat action.
Reynolds gives you that ability to move the football. So Marcus Reynolds right there on that run, and you had your lead. You had two lead blockers. You had Justin Hill, and you had Marcus Holiday. Well, actually, it was Sims.
Definitely. You have to like what the offense coordinator is doing.
Hey, yeah, mixing it up, kind of keeping Tuskegee off balance.
Yep.
As it's third down, and we got to call it one, but it's actually about 3/4 of a yard. There's the toss to Holiday. He's trying to get to the edge. Not much there, and he's actually going to lose about 4 yards. So they're going to mark it, at the 17. So
17, yeah.
Field goal team out. Juan Pena coming out. It's going to be a 35-yard field goal attempt. Thomas Rubin will be our holder. And they're going to bring up everybody, it looks like. Kick is up. Kick is no good. No. I don't know if it was to the right or to the left, but he pulled it one direction or the other. And that brings the first quarter to an end. The Dragons trail Tuskegee 7-0. We'll be right back with more Dragon football.
Dragon fans, running field is smoke-free environment, so please refrain from smoking inside the stadium. Thank you.
La música de Harry Fraud.
In the second quarter, Golden Tigers will take over on their own 20-yard line.
And we're coming back to you live. I'm Ray Pack along with
De-Jon Mitchell.
And we're glad you've joined us today as we begin the second quarter. First play for the Tigers the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee is a handoff to number 27, Eric Bright Jr., and he's going to pick up about 4. Well, they're going to give him 5, so make it 2nd down and 5.
It's going to be interesting to see here what the defense does. I did see Coach Burrows talking to the defense on the sideline, going out of them a little bit because he knows that they can play well.
And in that first quarter, Lane had 2 first downs to 4 for Tuskegee. The difference is the 52 yards of rushing for Tuskegee, and Lane has 6. There's a little screen pass out to number 11. And he takes the ball out to the 30. He's going to be really close to the first down. It's going to depend on the spot. As that pass was complete to number 11, Marquez Burdett.
And that play wouldn't have happened without the great blocking from the receivers on the outside.
Yeah, and you noticed the coaches for Lane were wanting to hold, but it looked to me textbook blocking.
Textbook.
Of course, as a coach, you want every advantage you can get. But yeah, you know as well as I do, if they wanted to call holding, they could call it on every play.
That's right.
And now under center, going to get a little toss this time. Number 11, the ball's on the ground, and going to be recovered by Tuskegee. Burdett put the ball up, but the fumbles and the ball goes back, and they're going to lose almost 10 yards.
What a great stop by number 5, Burnett. He's a special player as well. Got a chance to see him in camp this summer. And that guy, if he wakes up and makes some plays, that defense could be ruthless.
Well, Lane had the opportunity to recover the fumble. Right there around the ball was Cortez Roby. He had the shot at the recovery. Great hit. So now you got the shotgun formation. Little screen pass. And they get it back out to the original line of scrimmage, so it's at the 30. At that time, you had a defensive lineman trying to cover the running back. That's a definite mismatch.
Looks like that's Roby that's down.
It does look like Roby down.
What a tough loss this would be.
Yeah, because he's kind of your, would you call heart and soul of that defense?
Well, I definitely think there's always that heart and soul of each line of defense, from the D-line to the linebackers and safety. And I think he does lead that group down there. And like you said, he's come off that shot. And,
that's a good sign.
Yeah.
It's good to see him get up. I believe maybe it's an ankle, but wouldn't want to say for sure. But it was good to see him get up and put a little pressure on it.
Yeah.
As I'm sure the trainers and medical staff will attend to him, and we'll see where he's at in a few minutes.
What a game this is.
Great game.
Yeah, you can already feel the difference from last week. And, just for the record, I think we both know that this is a big game for the Western region of the SIAC. The winner of this game will lead the Western region.
Yeah, the East is pretty dominant right now. So a big 3rd down play, 3rd and 11. See if the Dragons can get off the field. Shotgun formation. You got, I would have called it trips to this side. And pass up over the head of the intended receiver. That's Peyton Ramsey. It's kind of hard to call trips when it's playing to the short side of the field, but that's really what it was.
What a great defensive call by the defensive coordinator, Coach Burrows, bringing some pressure, bringing the safety down. That's one thing about Coach Burrows' defense. He's going to bring guys from everywhere.
Well, I've been this is my 2nd year doing these football games, and that's one thing he's not afraid to do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he is not afraid to try to put the pressure on the other team. So back again, kicking is Hall. Back deep for Lane is Isaac Ahmed. He's going to let it hit at the 34. He picks it up, and he's going to be taken down right where he caught the football.
Got to have a little bit better coverage on the special teams with blocking.
And well, we do have a flag, so I
Oh.
don't know what this might be. Let's see. I like the cleats. Some of the cleats some of the players have. They've got those red cleats with the gold bottoms.
Oh, yeah, that's sweet. Got a little swagger out there.
Yep. We mentioned that last week. Where's the white hat? Oh, there he is. Personal foul against Lane. So that'll go from where they spotted the football originally.
Kind of backs us up a little bit.
That's going to back you up to the 12.5-yard line.
Yeah.
That's a half the distance penalty.
I always thought that was a little tougher sometimes. It's a longer drive.
But it opens the field up for your passing. I mean, there's a benefit, but you don't want to have personal foul penalties. And looks like Reynolds oh, wait, they're going to give him the catch.
That was a sweet catch by number 15.
What a catch by Micah Grigsby. I didn't think he had a shot at catching that when the ball left Reynolds' hands.
One word, will. Big-time players make big-time plays.
Hey, I heard that last week several times.
That's from my boy Justin.
And it's from your boy. That's exactly right. He said that so much last week. You got to have that from your big players. Reynolds going to keep it. Nothing there for him. He's going to be brought down just short. Well, actually, he's going to lose a yard.
What we're looking at right there, that is a direct quarterback draw. Actually, the blocking scheme is designed to kick some guys out, and it opens up towards the middle. One thing I want to say, Reynolds, he has to make sure he holds that ball. He did it. It looked like it might have popped out almost.
A little bit like carrying it. I've heard coaches don't carry it like a loaf of bread.
Oh, yeah. Got to cradle that baby.
And so, well, he didn't lose as much as I thought. So it's still 3rd and 1, just a little bit longer of a 1. And I believe he's going to have the first down, though. Not much for that was Holiday, I believe.
It looks like they're marking it short.
Well.
Oh, no, they gave it to him?
At first I thought they were going to mark it well over.
Yeah.
And now they're saying first down.
Good hard run.
Oh, they're going to bring – now they're going to – I think they're going to bring – the White Hats calling for the sticks. So let's see. But now, if in fact you're a half a yard short, are you going to put your defense back on the field, go for it again right here, or are you going to punt it away and let your defense play flip field position?
You know what I think? I think you definitely punt here. This time of the game, you definitely punt. You go on the sideline and talk it over, and then but you'll definitely punt if you're short.
I believe he's going to be about a football short.
It's going to be short. Because it look like we're almost we're almost about 25-yard line.
Yeah, we're on 25.
Yeah. Last
time we were out at the 29.
Yeah. Good coaching decision. We're going to send a punting unit out there. As let's put our defense back in a better position.
So it's going to be 4th down. Juan Pena is going to come out and punt. I know as a fan you kind of like to see him go for that, but you're correct. It's early in the game, 10:23 left here in the first half. We're only down 7 at 7-0, so you still don't want to dig yourself a hole too deep.
Definitely. Got to credit Tuskegee's defense as well as that one. Another whistle.
Somebody moved. Who moved? I think Lane. I think we had the wide out. Well, either that or the wind blew the ball around.
It is blowing pretty hard.
It's got picked up a little bit. Little low punt, spinner. No fair catch.
Nope.
No fair catch called. Lane comes up with the football, and that's number 10 who fumbles it away. That's Ladrell Petway. And 35 for Lane comes up with the football.
Oh, you got to love it. Special teams, people, special teams is a really big part of the team. You have to have great special team play.
I don't have a 35 on my roster. Do you know who it is?
35. Oh, I actually don't have 35. I do have a Gary Brooks at number 35.
Gary Brooks will be number 35. He's just not on that roster. He is in our program. I'm glad we have that. And if his mom and dad are watching, I apologize. We didn't have it immediately, but that went on our roster. As Ruben's back in at quarterback.
Should be a flag.
And you would sure think there would be a flag on that. As Isaacs got knocked down as the pass was in the air to him, and he's asking.
Yeah.
The only thing they could call there would be uncatchable.
Yeah.
But never saw that signal.
But you know what, as a player, sometimes you're not going to get every single call. You got to just shake it off and you say, you know what, let me get it back the next play.
That's the right attitude. If you let one play affect your mind,
exactly,
it will really, you don't need to be on the field probably.
A lot of whistles today.
A lot of whistles to stop play. And I don't know. I think I was looking at the play clock. It must be something to do with the play clock.
As a defense, you got to love these type of things. Sometimes you get to settle in.
Exactly. And Coach Burrows is saying something about, I think, the stoppage of play.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I don't know if I haven't seen as much in the college game. You notice how many sideline warnings you're getting?
Oh, yeah.
That's a point of emphasis all year is keep those coaches, keep players out of that 3-foot space.
Oh, yeah. Have to give the referees room.
Hey, Roger. You want 9:42 on the clock. 9:42 on the clock.
Please put 9:42 on the play clock. 9:42 on the play clock.
I'm not sure. Maybe the on-field microphone is not working properly. They're going to put 9:42 on there, so they added 14 seconds to the game clock. Ruben, not sure who he was throwing. Did you see who he was throwing to that time?
It looks like it was intended for number 11.
So
better down.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. As Ruben has Holiday in the backfield, trips to the far side. Ruben scrambling, looking, has his man. That's Hampton, I believe, Amari Hampton. And he's going to pick up 5. He's going to be short. Well,
what do we do?
He picked up more than I thought. They mark him down at the 26. Excuse me, at the 36. So it looks like Juan Pena is going to have an opportunity to pin them deep.
Pena out of California, my hometown.
He is from California, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
Let's see if we can get another botched punt receiving down there by Petway.
This will be great to pin them.
I wonder if they're going to try to draw them off and then take the 5-yard penalty or a timeout. And Coach Burrows takes a timeout. Why don't we take one with him? We'll be right back with more Dragon football.
Lights, camera, action. The mass communication department needs help. All students are welcome to help out with the production of the Coach Burrows show every Monday. Any help would be appreciated.
All right, as we come back, we're going to be breaking out of timeout. It's going to be 4th down and 3 for the Dragons. Juan Pena is on the field to punt. And going back deep again is number 10, Ladariel Petway.
You know, I was actually interested to see that Coach Burrows actually they didn't go for it over here since they are on their side of the 50. But you know, this is also a good decision.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. I think he went for it the first time to try to establish a little momentum.
Definitely.
Angles to the sidelines. Great punt. Can the Dragon get it? And just couldn't handle it, and it goes in the end zone. I thought he had a shot at get it at about the 1-yard line.
Got laundry on the field.
Somebody either offsides or something.
See Tuskegee trying to talk to the refs.
I believe he might have a penalty, personal foul.
Uh-oh. I think the one that's
he called a personal foul on the Dragons. And you got number 5 for Tuskegee's the one who's arguing like it was going to go against him. And Burrow, they're coming over to make an explanation.
Burrows wants to know what's going on.
Coach Burrow's not happy about that call, is he?
Not at all. You see, you just kind of have to walk away from him.
Well, you either make lane re-kick or you take the ball at the 20. He did not call it a dead ball personal foul. He just called a personal foul. Unless I missed something, it may be offsetting.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, you're going to put the ball in play at the 20-yard line.
Yep. And it looked like the offense they were getting ready to go on the field.
I never saw him signal dead ball. I'm sorry. And they're going to mark off 15 yards. But the way he signaled it, it was a straight personal foul, which would have been involved during the play.
Gotta love this game.
Now they're still discussing it out there. You notice that?
You know what? Sometimes I don't have a problem with the referees discussing and trying to get it right.
No, you're exactly right. You do appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're still getting together. Oh, wait, maybe it wasn't a touchback because they're spotting the ball. Oh, they're spotting the ball inside the 1.
Yeah. And it looks like Lane's offense is on the field.
It does. Looks like Reynolds is out there. Ooh. But now both now Tuskegee's coach is wanting an explanation.
Yeah. Coach Slater is another legendary coach from Tuskegee.
Oh, yes. Yes. I don't know if everybody can hear the coaches. They're right next door to us. We don't mind. They get a little animated sometimes. And you hear him say, I don't want our guys over there. Get them away. Keep them over here.
Yep.
You don't want – that's what you don't want right this situation is for this to get out of hand in the chippiness department.
Oh, yeah. So now it looks like the Lane's defense.
Now the defense is going to go out.
What?
And so I assume we had offsetting penalties because the ball's going to be put in play.
Yeah. So actually, I think they'll call that one as half the distance of the goal.
Yeah, that's what they've done. They've actually, if they called a personal foul, they called it both ways. It offsets, and they did give Lane the down ball inside the 1 yard line. So a great punt by Juan Pena. There's the handoff. Nope, there's a throw. And incomplete. And I think the Dragons got by with the break right there because there could have been an interference on that.
Hey, if you're number 4, Kenny Williams from Lane, he's saying, "Hey, what flag?" You know,
they're pleading the case over there, but that's one where you may have got by.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be a 2nd down and 10. I thought he handed the ball off. Great play action to fake out the broadcaster. That's pretty good.
You know what? And what a courageous call, as you
and there was a flag.
Coordinator.
There was a flag on the play. He called unsportsmanlike conduct against Tuskegee.
Oh.
So if you go half the distance to half the distance, can you get a safety?
You know
if
what?
the nose of the football's in the end zone.
You know what? It's possible. Let's see.
Because there wasn't anywhere to move the football.
Yeah. Well, usually I think what happens, they don't. I think it just stays in the same position. They don't.
But Lane's obviously going to decline that penalty for the down.
For the toss down. There we go.
And so again, they've got the hefties up front. Quarterback under center. You got a lone running. No, you got the I formation. There's the toss. And nothing there again. So it's going to bring up 3rd down. If anything, he might have picked up a half a yard.
Great stop by the interior defense of Lane College. Really good stop. Really good penetration.
Yeah, I think the defense is playing very well today, especially the defensive front is done the job. They've had that one play that they broke off on the touchdown run where he broke the first line and got into that 2nd level. And so you got 3rd down and 9 from the 1 yard line. And I think Tuskegee's going to take a timeout. Hey, our score here is 7-0. We've got 7:36 left here in the first half of play. Let's take a real quick break, and we'll come back with more Dragon football right after this.
Come on a journey with us to a world connecting you to your college. With a world that is changing at a rapid pace and is technology driven, the Mass Communication Department provides valuable news and information to the public, providing commentary, entertaining through film, radio, television. You can count on the Mass Communications Dragons to keep you on your toes and in the know of the latest activities going on campus, on all social sites. WLCD, the voice of the Dragons.
Welcome back to our live broadcast. Remind you, next week we have another home football game. It will also start at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that'll actually be our homecoming.
And it's next week is homecoming. And so we will be taking on Langston University.
Langston is actually coming out of Oklahoma. Going to be coming in here. They know what it means to be playing against somebody on homecoming.
Oh, yeah. Well, you definitely know what it means to play against somebody on homecoming. And so it'll be a big crowd. Got another good crowd today, so we'll have a big crowd next week. As it's 3rd and 9. Ball's marked at the 3. Looking to pass. Looking. And the ball's over the head of his intended receiver. That's number 88.
Great stop.
Jardian Johnson. And so now you've forced a punt, and your punter is going to have a short distance to work with, not that normal 10, 15-yard range. He's going to have less than half of that.
And going back to that play, great coverage by the defensive back Gabriel Scott for Lane. That was really good coverage.
And so Hall, standing on the back line, takes it. Very short punt. Isaac calling for a fair catch at the 40. So Lane gets great field position out of that on a great defensive stand. And I'm going to credit it back to Juan Pena for the punt that he put down inside the 1-yard line.
You know, I don't think people know how hard it is as a punter to try to pin somebody deep into their own end zone.
Well, you know what? Last week we saw it a couple of times. I saw it last night 3 times in a high school game. Guy had a perfect punt and just that one little hit, and the player was there, but he couldn't knock it back out.
Yeah.
So Dragons take over. 1st and 10. Thomas Rubin, Justin D. Hill, and Marcus Holliday. Rubin looking to throw. He's got all day. He's finds his man wide open, just over the head of Ahmad Isaac. That's twice Isaac's been wide open, and that time it was overthrown.
A little overthrown, you know, on the run. You know, it is hard to make those type of passes, especially on the run. So what is usually good for a quarterback to stop and set their feet to make an accurate pass.
Exactly. And I thought even if Rubin had tucked the ball, he probably could have picked up 6 or 7 yards. So 2nd and 10 nonetheless. Thomas Rubin takes the snap, hand off to Marcus Holliday. He breaks through, gets inside the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. So we'll give him a gain of 3, make it 3rd down and 7.
I'm looking at the fullback, Justin Hill. He's a load, isn't he?
He's a big boy. And if he gets the football, he's a load to bring down. But I like his blocking ability. That's what his primary purpose is to clean out a hole. Rubin looking. He's under pressure, and down he goes. And he's sacked back here at the in Tuskegee territory at the 48-yard line. So now you've got a penalty flag on the far side of the field. Sideline warning, Tuskegee.
You know, this game is beginning to be like, if there's no laundry on the field, it's almost like it's not right.
That's true. And so Juan Pena is going to have another shot. And so Juan Pena is going to take the ball at about the 34-yard line. And hopefully he can get off another booming punt. Of course, he is kicking into the wind, I think.
You know, it's just incredible how if you look at the Lane offense, they could have looked like they could have scored potentially 14 points by now.
Exactly.
It's a couple of misplays.
Punt off. High. Fair catch called for.
Yeah, I knew there was.
And you're going to get a flag, and that's the right call. He did clip him.
Yeah.
Running into the receiver.
You know, you have to give
contact made.
Yeah, you have to get the returner some room to gain possession of the ball. Once he gains possession of the ball, if he drops it, that's when you can make contact.
At that time, he didn't interfere with the ability to catch the ball. It was that he hit him after he caught the ball. Oh, they're going to wave it off because good. That's good. Generally, you don't see the flag unless you hit while he's catching. And, of course, the man that hit him was engaged in a block. So Tuskegee takes over, 5:49 left. Our score 7-0. And they take over at their own 22-yard line. Been seeing some good defense played on both sides of the football today. Quarterback, look for it. Look, that's a busted play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a busted play. He was looking for the handoff on the opposite side of where the running back was.
Yep.
So unfortunately, he had to eat that one.
I think this is an important drive for both the defense and offense.
I think so. This drive, if you can stop it, Lane has the momentum. If you let them keep driving, then they come out and get the ball in the second half. That's what we were talking about real early, about the deferring from the first half to the second half. He's looking to throw. Looking. Nothing there. And he scrambles and gets out to about the 29-yard line.
Great tackle by Charles Dudley, defensive back.
And so it's still going to bring up third down at about 4. And he was sprung free by a great block by his offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And officially, they're going to make it third down, and I'm going to call it 3. It's a long 2, short 3. And this time the quarterback, Jamarcus Ezell, goes under center. The handoff, and met right in the midst of the backfield. And now they're going to say he's down as Lane stripped the football, but it's going to bring up fourth down because there was no gain there.
Here comes the punting unit for Tuskegee.
Great job by your front 4 that time again. Penetration, stop the run.
I mean, you have to love it as a defensive coordinator and as a defensive line coach. I feel like the penetration today by the Lane College defensive line has been great.
Right, and you look at the scoring drive for Tuskegee, and we keep talking about the defense.
Oh.
And now Tuskegee's going to get a good punt as that ball was just let go. Darren Clark had an opportunity to field it, but chose not to. And he's being asked the question, why didn't you field that football? So now you have Lane taking over at their own 2-yard line. They've got 3:23 to work their way down the field. It looks like Reynolds is going to come out at quarterback.
You know, I think if the Lane College offense can put together this drive and score, what type of turn of events could it create?
Right. Well, I want to go back to what I said about the defense. 2 plays for Tuskegee have been all really that the Lane defense has given up.
Yep.
The 1 pass play and then that 1 rushing play.
Yep.
And Lane's going to take a timeout. Why don't we take one with them and remind you of some things that are coming up for the Dragons. You're watching Lane football. All right, we're going to come back to live play right now. Lane in a little hole here as they're at their own 2-yard line. Reynolds is going to go under center with an I formation. Hand off to Holidays, breaking to the outside. He's going to be thrown out of bounds at about the A 7-yard line. That's a good rush by Marcus Holiday.
Oh, definitely. He's, getting to the outside. I think what the offensive coordinator was looking at, since they were on the left hash, trying to get a little bit more room to operate with.
At that time, you saw that we were able to stretch that play and pick up positive yardage. Give a little breathing room, big 2nd and 5. And I'm assuming at halftime we will be having the band will be playing at halftime.
Definitely.
We'll bring you that broadcast. So De-Jon and myself, we'll take a little break and we'll come back some point before the second half starts anyway, right?
Yes, sir.
And so it's 3rd down, no gain on that play. You got Isaac. It's going out to the slot side, far side of the field. As Reynolds in a shotgun formation, takes the snap, pressure comes. Ball's intercepted in the end zone. The worst possible thing that could happen, that was by Osmond Thompson, number 5. What a play by him right there is. He was trying to throw that swing pass out of the backfield to Marcus Reynolds.
Yeah. That play right there by number 5 also kind of reminded me of a player named Khalil Mack from the Oakland Raiders, how he gets those big hands up and intercepts the ball and gets it in the end zone, man. It's good play.
Good play. And so Hall comes out for the extra point. An unfortunate turn of events for the Dragons.
Yeah.
Kick up, kick good. So we're at now 14-0. 2:09 left here in the first half of play. The Dragons trail after the interception in the touchdown. I think he just reached up, big mitt pulled it down. We're going to stay right here as we will await this kickoff. Dalton Hall will be the kicker. Back deep for Lane will be 82. Trayvon Taylor, and also number 8, Darren Clark.
Now, one thing that Lane cannot do right now is hang their heads and think that the game is over. It's only 14-0. They are still in this game, and they just have to make, execute a couple of plays.
And I think as Coach Burrows goes into halftime, find the positives, find the positives. Find that there are positives of what they've done.
Yep.
And you make an adjustment here, an adjustment there, and your offense may start clicking.
Definitely. Well, we'll have 2 minutes to get it in the end zone.
Hall puts a foot in the ball. And it's going to be called at about the 3. Crosses the 10, 15, 20, 25. That's Trayvon Taylor right there.
Well, right here comes your 2-minute offense.
Well, let's see who goes back out on the field, if it's Reynolds or if it's going to be Rubin this time. They've both struggled today a little bit with their passing game.
Yeah. And I'm thinking it's going to be Rubin. I see Reynolds with his helmet off.
Yep, I do too. There goes Rubin. His one running back, that's Holiday. He takes it, and he breaks free. He's across the 40, 45, 50, 45, knocked out of bounds in Tuskegee territory. That was a nice play. Nice adjustment by Marcus Holiday to be taken out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
What a play by the offensive coordinator to stick with the run. I was definitely thinking he was going to come out with a pass.
But Holiday just does a great job right there. Seeing what the defense had opened and went with it. Again, Holiday What a nice shifty move that time. I thought he was down, and he cut back to the outside, picks up an extra 2 yards. So he's going to get 6 on the play. Call it 2nd and 4.
As he's getting a breather, here comes Thomas Sims.
And Sims is a pretty good running back. I mean, that's one thing I think Lane has plenty of is running backs that they can put in, put out, move around. And it is Sims. And he's caught in the backfield. And I believe he's going to lunge forward to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So they bring up 3rd down and 4.
Might have been a missed block there as a defender was quick to get in the backfield.
Well, I think that's what's blown up a couple of the running plays today so far is that missed opportunity, the missed block. As Hill goes back out, Justin Hill.
Maybe looking for a max protection here.
Pass complete over to center. And that pass is complete to Aaron Thomas. That was a nice play. And I think your call correct. Hill was in for the specific purpose to pick up that man that gets free.
Yes, sir.
So inside the 30 now. They're at the 25-yard line, and Ruben spikes the football to stop the clock. With 19 seconds left on the clock. You got enough to see Lane has 2 timeouts left, 19 seconds. You've got enough for at least 2, maybe 3 plays in this 19 seconds.
Definitely.
Especially with 2 timeouts.
Oh, definitely. I think you look here and you're going to see the offensive coordinator probably trying to get something quick, probably look for those deep outs, or even if you're going to be in the middle, you got to know that the offense has to hurry up, get up, and spike the ball.
Well, the beauty, like I say, though, you not necessarily have to spike the ball because you have 2 timeouts.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Immediately, if you're in the middle of the field, you call
Get
that timeout.
Thank you for correcting me, right?
Oh, that's no problem. Well, I think you're trying to do this. You're trying to set up where you can at least try to put 3 points on the board.
Yes, sir.
That's what you want to get out of this at minimum is 3 points.
Yep.
Although I think you want a touchdown, obviously. But
Hey, reset the game clock to 18 seconds.
so they take a second off of the clock and make it 18.
See 32 in there.
And so, Hill's back out there for the block. You got 2 each side. Ruben's looking. The man over the middle is Isaac. And the timeout right here by Lane with 8 seconds left. He got it into the middle of the field. You got 8 seconds left. You took 10 seconds off the clock. I think you go ahead and put your field goal unit out there and see what you can do right here.
I think they're going to take it for one more shot. One more. Oh, well, I think you're right, right?
No, it was they're going to bring them tied to side. Everybody going to come sideline timeout. I just don't know. That play took a long time to develop.
Yeah.
And you can't afford for another one to develop unless you're going to run the ball and run it more to the middle of the field to set up a better angle for your field goal kicker, and then call that quick timeout because you still got 1 left. I can see that happening.
Yeah. Well, you sound like a coach, right?
Well, I just try to think my way through that. But the only running back you're going to have out on the field is going to be Hill. And it looks like we're going to have an empty backfield. Nope, Hill's going to come back.
I think what you're going to see here from the defense is they're going to allow you to get anything in front of them. They're not going to let you get anything behind them, anything in front.
I believe you will be correct. But it's got to be a quick hitter. The pass was intended down in the corner. The receiver was tripped.
Yeah.
No flag. But you got 5 seconds. That play took 3, so that was a better job using your time.
Yeah. So we do have a player down.
And that's the receiver down in the end zone. And so Juan Pena's going to have a much better angle on this field goal than he did the first one. It looks straight. This one looks straight up. And I can't see which player it is that's coming up hobbling. I know it's a 2-digit and 8's the first number, but I don't want to speculate and say who it is. Well, I never could see his number. I think it was Hampton.
Yeah, it looks like, I can't tell if it's 80 or 88.
Kick up, kick good. So Lane does their job. They got 3 points out of that drive, which was important for them going into halftime.
Definitely.
And so we have no time left on the clock. Our halftime score 14-3. De-Jon and Ray will be right back in about 15 minutes or so to bring you more second half action. And we hope you enjoyed the presentation of the Lane Quiet Storm Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lane College proudly presents the Lane College Quiet Storm Marching Band under the direction of Kyle Smith.
Eric Bright Jr. has been the workhorse for Tuskegee. He has 6 carries, 30 yards for a total gain, no loss, yardage, 30 yards total. So, but I think, what do you think? Give me your 2 keys for Tuskegee in the second half. What do they have to do?
The first key is going to be execution. They have to execute on the plays that they're doing. They're putting together some really good drives, but just not executing when they really need it. And if you ask me, that would be the main key. And then the next key is keeping that momentum as far as your defense playing really well. I feel like the defense is playing a really good game. Just keeping that intensity. This is a new quarter. As the coaches will say when they go in halftime, it's 0-0. Let's go back out there. Let's play intense. It's a second half football coming up.
And for the Dragons, what do they need to do to overcome this 11-point halftime deficit?
Well, Lane is definitely going to have to, like I said, they're going to have to execute as well. They're going to have to fight. They're going to have some will. I think it's going to take a collective effort from the coaches as well. I think the coaches probably have made their adjustments. I think they're going to make their best. They're going to put their players in the best position to make plays.
All right, and then one last thing before we get ready here. We got a minute left. As we examined the stat sheet, there was one thing that stuck out in both of our minds that we were very surprised at, and that was the penalties.
You know what, Ray? We
already forgot. We just talked about that.
Ray, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
What? And it's funny because we actually, it looks like we're even up at 2 apiece. It looked like it was much more flag.
I sure thought there was more laundry on the field than that. But remember, they did waive several penalties off. Then I think we had offsetting penalties, which kind of made that happen. But Tuskegee has 2 penalties for 15 yards, and Lane has 2 for 20 yards. So. It's pretty clean half of football right there.
Pretty clean, pretty even half if you ask me.
And so it's even everywhere, but on the scoreboard, Tuskegee's up 14-3.
Yep.
And I think the big play for that is the interception in the end zone is the play so far that has swung the difference in this football game.
Definitely.
As Lane will receive the football. Back deep, you have Trayvon Taylor, and Dalton Hall will be doing the kicking duties again for Tuskegee. Again, I want to personally say thank you to Dr. Logan Hampton, Derek Burrows, athletic director, head football coach, and Mr. Roger Ogden, and really the entire staff at Lane for the opportunity that they've given me. Also thank Professor Pam Peters for all the work she puts in, and all the students that are part of this particular broadcast. Taylor takes it. He's at the 25. And still fighting, and he's going to fall forward to the 30. Great effort by Taylor right there.
Great effort. Anytime you can get above that 20-yard line on a kickoff return, you want to give you credit to your special teams.
Exactly. And he fielded that football at about the 8-yard line. So a 22-yard return for Trayvon Taylor.
Let's see how this Lane offense comes out and rebound from that first half. Let's see if they can continue pushing the ball down the field.
And I think we're missing a player. And headed back out at quarterback is Thomas Rubin to start the second half. We've seen Reynolds. We've seen Rubin. Rubin has had a little bit better of a day as he's 7 for 12 in passing so far. Rubin's looking to throw. He has his man. And that is Micah Grigsby. And Grigsby's going to be brought down at the 39-yard line. And so it's going to be second down and we're going to call it 2.
What a great pitch and catch. Looked like caught Tuskegee in a zone coverage. Hit him on a quick slant.
Well, I like the fact that they came out and threw the ball on first down. Hand off to Holiday. He's got the first down and more. He's out to the 45-yard line. First down Lane.
Good conservative play, running that ball on the inside. Call that a trap play.
I think at some point, though, you need to take a shot down the field.
Oh, yeah. Well, Ray, it's always a setup. You get the defense, you're setting the defense. You go quick pass, run, quick pass, and then eventually you hit them down the field.
Exactly. Well, we've heard for a long time you have to have a little running game to set up the passing game, and I
Exactly.
think it works the other way too. Looking to throw. Pass complete to number 81, Quintavious Wilson, and he's going to pick up about 3, so it'll be 2nd 7. Another short, quick hitter as Ruben rolls out of the pocket to his right.
Little different play calling this time. This series from the offensive coordinator. A little bit more aggressive.
Well, that's the second time on first down that we have seen the ball put in the air. And in the first half, we ran the ball 90% of the time on first down. Now, another quick hitter. That one's to Isaac. Isaac is down inside Tuskegee territory, across the 45, down to about the 43-yard line. That'll be another first down for Lane.
Lane is just taking what the defense is giving him.
Well, as long as that short passing game is working, you might as well stay with it. And a keeper by Ruben. He's at the 40, 35, 30, and he's going to be knocked out about inside the 35 at about the 27-yard line. Nice decision by Thomas Ruben right there to tuck and run.
And what a coincidence that you see Ruben in there running, pulling the ball out.
It's just usually supposed to be the opposite.
Yeah.
Ruben is supposed to be more the passing quarterback.
Yeah. Great play by the coordinator.
But that was just a kind of a naked bootleg to the left. Now Ruben's looking, throwing, and he threw it way out in front of Hampton, his intended receiver. But he did try to stretch the field just a little bit there. And good coverage by Tuskegee. Let's not take anything away from that. Hampton was covered pretty well.
Also a good block by the left tackle, number 77, Darryl Carr.
You and I talked about that early, that the offensive line does not get a whole lot of credit. Hand off to Holiday. He turns forward to the 25, so he's going to pick up 2. So it's going to be 3rd down and 8. 12-15 here in the third quarter of play. First possession of the half. Lane is marching the ball down the field methodically. As you see, Holiday in the backfield with Ruben, Grigsby, Isaac. I know you got Hampton out there. Got to get rid of it. And he does. And he off the hand, and he was kind of throwing that away, but a receiver did get the hand on the ball. So it'll be 4th down for the Dragons. They're on a 25. Wadpanya's going out. Looks like we're going to go for a field goal here.
We got to give credit to Ruben getting rid of that ball while those Tuskegee defenders was
twice.
coming.
He broke free twice. And so it's going to be a 43-yard field goal attempt for Wadpanya out of the hold of Thomas Ruben. Kicks up. I believe it was tipped right there. Yeah, that ball. I believe that ball was tipped. Number 16, maybe.
I thought I called number 4, Deshae Hubert.
Okay, it may have been him.
But if not, if that
and
was
he came free. No pad put to him.
But then again, Brady, what I was telling you about on special teams play is very important piece in a football.
All right, let's see what the defense can do. See if they can make a stand here and force Tuskegee to punt. It'd be nice to go 3 and out right here. And so out back on the field comes the quarterback, 15, Jamarcus Ezel. He's got 2 running backs in the backfield. And he's going to keep it, and he's going to fight forward to the 26, so a very tough yard for Ezel. Looks like they're going to give him 2 out to about the 27. But still, that's a tough 2 yards for your quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Apologize for the little mishap with the camera there. 2nd down and 8. Lane looking like they were going to bring a blitz. And this time, breaking free is number 9. That's Lowe. That's the one we talked about. And he breaks free for a 73-yard touchdown run as he got through that offensive line.
And this was the play that this is the exact same play that I remember that they ran against Albany State, where he broke up for another 71-yard. This kid is special.
It sure looked like to me, De-Jon, that they were Lane was trying to bring a little pressure, and once he broke through that first level, there was nobody there at the second level.
Great vision by him. That's a great vision by the running back. You know, it's always those different levels, and he made that quick little cut and go.
And notice he stayed right to the sidelines where he had an opportunity. If a defender was coming at an angle, he would have been able to cut back. So the kick is up, kick is good. And now Tuskegee is up 21-3 with 11:16 left in the 3rd quarter of play. Again, let me say thank you to Rocket Dough Pizza, the official pizza of Layton College Dragons. I've only had that one time, and I just had a slice of pizza.
You know what, Ray? Maybe we ought to go out there for lunch and grab
one of these days, maybe we need to do that sometime. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Talk some football, talk a little bit
talk
of
a little bit of sports, talk a little bit of just. We're not going to talk about politics because I want to be friends.
Yeah.
That politics divides everybody.
You know what? I'll agree. I will agree. You know, I'm feeling a little bad right now. USC took a tough loss yesterday too, so I'm feeling bad.
Who did?
USC.
Yesterday? They played last night?
Lost to Washington State, man.
Well, I didn't know that. I wasn't sure who was playing last night. Well, my sympathies and.
It's all right.
So it sounds like you need Rockin' Dough Pizza.
Yeah.
Comfort food.
That's exactly what I need.
That's right. You are from Southern California, aren't you?
That is correct. Inglewood, California.
Hall has it teed up. Ball takes a short hop, picked up at the 20. And that's Clark. And Clark's going to get it out across the 30 to the 31. So another good return for Lane.
Tuskegee came with a little different kick there, like a squib pooch kick. Put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, trying to keep the ball out of the hands of the what I call dangerous return people back there in the back. You know, Trayvon Taylor, he's a pretty good back. So you try to keep it out of his hands so he can't break something. Did we have a flag? Now they're getting ready to set the ball in play. They're trying to figure out what football to use. But you know what? I know we're here to do football, but it's good we can cut up and laugh and talk about some other stuff without hurting anybody's feelings.
Oh, yeah.
And Ruben back out in the quarterback spot. He's looking to throw. And right across the middle, pass completed out to the 35-yard line. And that pass was complete to Quintavious Wilson.
Really good passing catch, but that's a 6 route. What you call a dig route?
Just a little dig. That's the kind you like. That's my kind of pass over the middle.
Oh yeah.
Where a receiver that's willing to take a hit will make that catch. But there was nobody within 5 yards of him. And you got a flag. And just over the head of Micah Grigsby. And I'm hoping this will be offsides against Tuskegee because they let the play go through unless it's an illegal shift. There's your first down for Lane by the penalty. And really, when you look at the penalties, that's the first mental mistake penalty that Tuskegee's made in That's the kind of penalty that'll drive a coach crazy and give him gray hair.
Oh yeah, I know Coach Slater is over there. I see him right now grabbing his hat. You wanna get a defensive coordinator or a head coach mad? Jump off sides.
And so first down. Rubin. Ball still hadn't been blown in play yet. Waiting for the sticks to get set. Another completed pass. Nice job right there again by Quintavious Wilson. And he's going to pick up 8. And what he did that time, he made a good decision because he caught the ball and he saw the defense was there, so he spun and picked up an extra yard or 2. Hand off to Holiday. Not much there. Matter of fact, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring a 3rd down and 2. But you got to have that mix, that balance right there.
Aggressive call by the defensive coordinator from Tuskegee as he brought that whole interior plus the linebackers inside, hitting those A gaps.
Interesting to see what the play call will be right here. 3rd and 2. Rubin's going to drop the pass. Nice blocking. He's going to tuck it. He's going to run. He's going to have the first down. He's going to be down to about the 36-yard line, the 46-yard line. Nice job by Rubin, realizing nothing there, just tucks it, runs, gets the first down. Hey, Thomas Rubin is a 6-foot, 185-pound junior out of Memphis by way of Mississippi Valley State. Little up-tempo here, hand to Holiday. Nothing there for Holiday. He's going to lose 3 yards. Again, great job by the interior defense. Good call by the defensive coordinator for Tuskegee.
This has been an interior battle. How many times have we said interior?
Well, there's been tough sledding up the middle.
That's true. Once again, this game is a battle of the western region of the SIAC.
And you said the winner of this game would be in first place.
It'd be in the first place.
Rubin looking, throw. And he had an opportunity to throw it, and instead he got blown up by 2 defensive players. And that was 77 and or 57, and I know 57 was in there for sure.
Number 1, Terrence Leatherwood came in there from Northport, Alabama. That D lineman there coming off the edge.
So you had 1 tackle and 1 defensive end in on that play.
Yeah.
And Rubin again, and he had to get rid of that. Otherwise it was going to be even worse. So now Lane with an opportunity. They'll be punting from their own 44-yard line. So Juan Pena has an opportunity to put a foot in the ball.
I tell you what, Ray, they were coming with steam on that play.
They brought 6. So when you bring 6, if you're not rolling away from the rush, that's either a sack or like we saw, that incomplete pass. Because no one had time to run a route. Little low snap. Kick up. Takes a lane. Oh, nice lane roll. And it's going to roll in. They're going to mark it out right at the 20, where Tuskegee takes over 1st and 10. As we have 7:11 left here in the 3rd quarter, Lane trails 21-3 to the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. as the Lane defense comes out. Let's see if there's an adjustment made here for Lane. As you in the backfield, you have Hodrick Lowe. And you also have Eric Bright Jr. Looking to throw is Izell out of the backfield into the hands of Lowe. He's got it, first down, and much more as he's still on his feet into Lane territory, down to about the 39-yard line. Nice pitch and catch.
Nice pitch and catch, and you know what? I love football because it's a chess game. As you can see, the defense they were bringing pressure, and the quarterback took what the defense gave him, pitched it off to the running back.
Went to the safety valve, the running back.
And man, did he get upfield.
And it's a 41-yard pickup. And so the Golden Tigers bring it to the line. First and 10. Man in motion, handoff up the middle this time to Eric Bright Jr. At that time, he was met by DeMichael McQueen and Cortez Roby. They kind of spun him around a little bit. He's getting up a little gimpy right there.
Caught him in the backfield.
Nice job by the Dragons right there.
Oh, yeah. You know, if they could do a little bit of bending but not breaking right here, it'll be a really good stand.
This is I think you're right. This is a big series for the Dragons.
A lot of time left to be played in this game.
So you got two wide receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Pistol formation, two running backs. Ezell looking to throw. He throws over the middle. His intended target, number one, that's Ramsey. He misses, and it's incomplete, so it brings up third down and 8.
Really good coverage by the defense on that one. It was a 4-3 look. I think number one, Ramsey, could have felt couple of bodies around him, which could throw you off.
Yeah, it could throw you off a little bit, especially when you're coming over the middle. That's why, that's the toughest, in my opinion, that's the toughest play in football is a receiver coming across the middle knowing the defense is there. And so it's 3rd and 8. Ezell is going to keep it. And he's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be brought down at the 32-yard line. So he's going to be 4th down and 3. Let's see if Tuskegee goes for this or if they bring the punt team, and it looks like Hall's coming out. So they're going to punt it away.
How about the tackle from Anthony Blackman? I think that's one of the hardest tackles to make in space. Open field tackles. He did a really good job of wrapping up and driving his feet.
Actually, we're going to have a 49-yard field goal attempt by Hall. And the wind is at his back if I'm looking at the flag correctly. But he's on the right hash. Kick is going to be no good. It's going to be off to the right. So,
wow.
Didn't quite had the distance, but just didn't get the hook.
Had the distance. I actually watched him in pregame, and I think he's an interesting guy. It kind of reminds me of a Sebastian Janikowski type, the way his body style is.
That's a good point. He's a big fella.
Yeah, big guy.
So Lane with the defensive stop is going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. And looks like Rubin is going to come back out again. Splitting out to the far side, you're going to have Amari Hampton, Ahmad Isaac, and Aaron Thomas. And to the near side, Micah Grigsby. In the backfield, flanking Rubin is going to be Marcus Holliday. Rubin, quarterback draw. And he's going to take the ball out to the 34-yard line, so give him 2.
Love the effort from both the offensive and defense on that play. What about the discipline from Tuskegee's discipline there to actually key in on that quarterback
for kind of anticipating that
man.
might happen.
He broke on the last one.
So it's second and 8. Rubin. Hand off to Holiday. Holiday, he crosses the 35, gets to the 36. So give him 2, and it'll bring up 3rd and 6.
A little slow to get up.
Yeah, I think he kind of tweaked an ankle there in the first half a little bit. So now you bring Justin Hill in. And of course, Hill's in for the primary purpose, probably to block right here.
That MAC protection guy. It'll be interesting to see if they tricked us one time and gave him a little toss plat pay.
Well, I saw him run the ball a couple times last year. Like I say, he's like a bowling pin.
Oh, yeah.
Or a bowling ball. He's just gonna barrel around. Thought Tuskegee was going to bring some pressure. They do. He gets there. Pass complete to Michael Grigsby right at midfield, so it's going to be a first down lane. Nice combination between Rubin and Grigsby. Nice play call right there by your offensive coordinator.
Definitely against a man defense. Looks like he's going to play a little man defense on 3rd down. Receiver makes a great move to get inside.
You know, we see a lot of man defense at this level of football.
Oh, yeah.
Again, there he is. And he had to take off, and he makes something out of nothing. I thought he was down for about a 4-yard loss, and he ends up with a 3-yard gain. Nice job by Thomas Rubin right there.
You know what? You got to love the way Rubin, how he gets out of things is just amazing. I'll tell you.
Well, there's a difference between he and Reynolds. Reynolds is a taller fella, where Rubin is not quite as tall, and he's able to do a little more ducking than, say, Reynolds would be. And you're going to get false start against Lane.
Was Hill about to get the ball there?
I believe he may have been going to get the football.
Like the Clippers analysts would say, "Oh me, oh my." He was he was about to get. Woo, it's a big guy.
So 2nd down and 12. Rubin's looking, and he throws, and I'm not sure if he was throwing for Isaac or if he was trying to go to the deep route.
Yeah, it looks like he might have been trying to get to Isaac, but the problem was he got hit.
Exactly. That's a good point. Threw the timing of the pass off.
And it looked like the route was opening up. See what they do here on this 3rd down.
So the clock's ticking, 2:14. $12 on the play clock. Snap taken. Rubin under pressure. He's got to throw it. And wonder if we're going to get talk about a grounding call right here.
He might have had a receiver in the vicinity.
You did have a receiver within 5 yards.
Yeah.
But that's good communication, though. You got to by the officials.
And once again, Ray, he has 3 defensive linemen in his face.
Yeah, the offensive line has kind of struggled a little bit today. So Juan Pena back out for another punt.
See if he can pin another one here. He's done a great job today.
He really has done, but he's got the only problem he has right now is the swirls of the wind.
Yep. Oh, low snap.
But that.
Oh.
And call for the fair catch. Fumbled another one. That's twice. Dragons fall on the football. And again, great special teams play.
And I don't know if you can see on that one, Ray, the way the ball traveled there is an awkwardly type spiral. Yeah,
I think that wind had something to do with the way the ball was moving around.
I give credit to Pena there. Also, it was a low snap, and he actually filtered it and got it off.
And I'm not sure who fell on the football. It was down to 3 players. Kenneth Williams. I got to look the name up. Gary Brooks or Brandon Blake. I don't know which one of them. They were all right there.
Yeah.
So a minute 25 on the clock. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Perfect opportunity right here to try to get in the end zone.
And remember, at the end of the first half, Pena hit a field goal going into that wind. Rubin calls for the ball, has it, looking to throw. And not sure who his intended target was. I want to say it was Aaron Thomas, but he threw it a little bit. Now, to the credit, the defense did tip the ball.
Good play by the linebacker to drop to his zone, get a hand on that ball.
And isn't that about normal the time that I say we don't see a whole lot of zone?
Exactly.
They drop into that zone
He
defense.
dropped right into it.
All right, big 3rd down and 10 play right here. Rubin dropping back. Pass complete. Nice catch right there by Micah Grisby as he dives, pulls it in. It's going to be 4th down
It's getting
and
chippy
about
down there.
5. And a flag in the end zone. I didn't. And we're going to hope it's against Tuskegee.
Yeah, I seen.
So we're gonna wait and see. They're just still discussing it. So he had a taunting, unsportsmanlike conduct. That means taunting.
Yeah.
So that'll give Lane an automatic 1st down, as it will move half the distance. So that'll put the ball at about the 9-yard line. Let's see Thomas Rubin. What can he do right here? He takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Has pressure coming, and he's going to be sacked at the 15-yard line. Again, the offensive line just gets blown up right there.
This time, number 11, the defensive lineman, Twan Adams, gets him.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. We're going to head to the 4th quarter. We're going to switch into the field. Lane trails Tuskegee 21-3. We'll be right back with more Dragon football.
Camera action. The Mass Communication Department needs help. All students are welcome to help out with the production of the Coach Burrows Show every Monday. Any help would be appreciated.
on a journey with us to a world connecting you to your college. With a world that is changing at a rapid pace and is technology-driven, the Mass Communication Department provides valuable news and information to the public, providing commentary, entertaining through film, radio, television. You can count on the Mass Communications Dragons to keep you on your toes and in the know of the latest activities going on campus, on all social sites. WLCD, the voice of the Dragons.
And welcome back to a live play-by-play. For the rest of this lane drive, I'm going to turn over to De-Jon and let him call that play-by-play. Actually, let's let you do it all.
We'll try it this drive.
All right.
Let's try it this drive. All right now, so it looks like Lane is going to come out in a Trey White look. Ball snap. He's gone. 25, he got it. It's knocked out at the 10-yard line. That is running back Marcus Holiday.
And they're going to keep the clock running right there. Good job by Holiday recognizing what to do.
All right, third down. Offense waiting on the call. Got a Trey left look. Quarterback drops back. Fade route. Touchdown! Lane.
That's a nice pitch and catch right there. Thomas Rubin, Micah Grigsby. And you would have thought he would have at least looked to the left side of the field, to the triples that were over there, but no, he had one target, made the pass.
All right, maybe I should do play-by-play. They got
they scored a touchdown. You're right. They scored a touchdown.
Kick is good.
So Juan Pena nails the kick. Makes our score 21-10. 14-12 left. They're not out of it.
Hey, it's a lot of game left to be played. It's all about who wants it. Who wants it more?
Well, let's see. Pena put a foot in that ball. I know you weren't looking, but there's a house that sits right across the street, right behind the goalpost. It hit the front porch roof.
Uh-oh. Wonder if the neighbor heard it.
That's.
You know what? The neighbor might be here at the game.
It might be. I don't see any towers over there or anything that they're sitting in, so they may be over here. Again, we have a great crowd today.
Oh, yeah.
And we want to remember next week, Langston from Oklahoma comes to town for homecoming week. And I know it'll be a very special week all week on campus. A lot of things going on. Football game, 2 o'clock next Saturday afternoon right here at Lane Stadium.
Yeah, got to give a credit to Lane as well. Putting so many good events going on. There's so many good events going on this week. I'm excited. This actually be my first homecoming here at Lane. Excited.
You just transferred this year then?
Yeah, I just transferred. I'm actually, interesting fact, I actually went to Tuskegee my freshman year of college.
Really?
Yeah.
So you went to Tuskegee.
And
you went back to California.
Went back to California.
Went 1 year there.
Yeah.
And then now you're here. What brought you to Lane?
You know, what actually brought me to Lane was football. And like I said, a couple of injuries, and now when one door closes, another one open. I am blessed with the opportunity to be up here with you, Ray, and doing what I love.
I hate your football's over, but glad you're up here. Glad you're wanting to do this and broadcast. And the kickoff. They're talking out there about maybe illegal touching because the ball didn't travel 10 yards. So it's offsides on the kicking team. So Tuskegee is going to take over at their lane 45. Let's see if the defense has another stand in them.
Here comes that 4-3 look. Actually, change it up.
It went more to a 4-4 look.
Yeah.
Hand off to Lowe. Nothing there that time. Going to get back to the original. They're going to mark him at the original line of scrimmage. So the front four did the job that time.
A really good tackle by the linebacker, number 9, Rancher. Another big guy, big linebacker. Your micro mode, preferably.
Well, you know, Lane lost a few players on that in the linebacking core. So 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Tigers. As we see receivers switching sides. That's a lateral. That's a lateral.
Yep.
That's a live football.
They're going to call it incomplete.
And they're going to call it incomplete pass, but that was sure looked like a lateral from this angle.
You know, it's so interesting what Tuskegee does with their offense, with that far, that near look. That fullback it looks like he's going out for a route, but he's actually going out to block, and they're tossing it to the running back so he can get upfield. It's interesting.
You remember that's how they had the big play in the first half
Exactly.
on the big yardage play. Again, one of those cases where you would think you would like to have replay on that. That sure looked like a backwards pass. So it's 3rd and 10. Pressure's coming. And he throws that over on the track on the far side of the field. So the great defense by the Dragons brings up 4th down from the 45-yard line. Forced to punt will be Tuskegee.
Number 27, Demarius Pitts on there. You know, a lot of guys talk highly about his play, and I've seen a couple of disciplined plays from him today.
Hall put in the ball. Fielded, fair catch at the 13-yard line. Nice job by Mott Isaac. So Dragons are going to take over 1st and 10. I'll tell you what, maybe I'll let you call this play-by-play on this drive for the Dragons, too. They may have scored a touchdown. That's okay if you don't want to.
You know what, Ray? I'll take it.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
Let's do it.
So Lane with the ball. 12:56 to go. Let's see what the offensive coordinator can draw up here.
It would not surprise me to see him put the ball in the air on 1st down.
And we got a run by Holiday.
Now you understand why I'm up here in the press box and not with a headset coaching, right?
You'll probably make a great coach, right? You never know.
Well, my sport was more softball, baseball than football.
2nd down. Give you the deuce look. Another run.
Well, he gets out to the 20-yard line. It's a pretty manageable 3rd down and about 4.
Yep.
A little over 4.
Yep. You can probably expect a pass here. 3rd down.
This may be one of those situations where you look at Ruben and say, hey, use your feet, make a play.
Exactly. Well, here it is, 3rd down. 3rd and 4. Ruben drops it back. Ruben hits. Oh. And he was looking for, I think that was
Micah Grigsby.
That was Grit, yeah. And he just couldn't hang on.
Frustration right there for Grigsby is ball was right in his hands. That needs to be made.
You have to catch that ball, son. Well, Pena's back out there. Back to punt. Interesting to see how far he can put this kick.
Well, we know he's got some power in his leg. And that time he rugby kicks it. It's picked up at the, 47 into lane territory and finally drug out of bounds.
About the 40-yard line.
Yeah. But looks like he's going to put it at the 30.
Yeah.
About the 39. So that time Pena didn't get a good boot on the ball.
Yeah, and I kind of watched him as he kicked it. It looked like he kind of changed his mechanics up there. He moved it to the right, and it looked like his foot just it kind of glimpsed off the football.
And I'm not sure if he was changing it because they've had some pressure on him or what.
Here comes that Tuskegee offense.
Well, let's see what package they bring out this time. And Tuskegee with 11:36 and a 11-point lead, you would think they were going to try to keep the ball on the ground to churn up a little bit of clock right here. And he's got the I formation. 2 receivers this way, double tight end set. Handoff up the middle to Lowe. And he gains 2. And down he comes. And again, that's your linebackers making that stop.
Yeah. No, once again, this has been a physical game, Ray. I will say this has been a physical game all game.
Yeah, I think the ice bath probably is going to be busy, or the whirlpool tub today is probably going to be pretty busy. What do you think?
Oh, I believe a little Epsom salt.
Yep. So the handoff up the middle. Oh, quarterback keeper. He faked me. And he's still on his feet, and he's down inside the 15. He's going to be marked down right at the 10-yard line. So first down. Everybody went for the fake to Lowe. The quarterback kept it. I went for that fake. It was that good.
I'm just so surprised of how that quarterback sold that fake. My high school coach, we were in a spread offense. He would have loved to see how the quarterback sold it, and actually how the running back sold it preferably.
I mean, now let's remember, Jamarcus Azell is 6'1", 185 pounds.
Yeah. He's a big guy.
So a big frame.
Yeah. His shape actually reminds me of a Dak Prescott. Looking at him from up here.
Yeah, good point. Gotta love that kid.
Oh yeah.
He's just been phenomenal for the Cowboys so far. Everybody was expecting a letdown after last year, but he's just kept right on going. This time the handoff is given to Lowe. He goes out, cuts back, finally brought down at the 5-yard line. About the 4-yard line, but I see a flag at the 10. Let's see what the call is. Lane gets the break on that holding penalty. That'll back him up 10, so that'll make it 1st and 20.
Boy, that they need that one.
And it's been a relatively penalty-free game, which you like to see.
Oh yeah. And Ray, if Lane can hold them to just 3 here, or even create a turnover.
There is still time in this football game. I mean, 10 minutes is a lot of time for a football team. And number 33 gets the handoff and just busts through. I don't think a drag had touched him. That's Justice Owens. And that's worst case scenario, especially you push him back with a 10-yard holding penalty.
That's just that one is just bad defense. They give you a deuce set, and it looks like they just run right up in the A gap. That one hurts.
Yeah, so Hall comes out to attempt the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. Just inside the upright. So our score now 28-10 with 9 minutes and 52 seconds left, as you see on your monitor. We'll be right back with more Dragon football.
Kicking off is always by your number 99, Dalton Hall. And 3 for the Dragons. Number 8, Darren Clark. And number 82, Trayvon Taylor.
And you got Darren Clark and Trayvon Taylor back deep as Hall gets a foot in. Taylor at the 8 to the 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Still on his feet, breaking tackles out to the 43-yard line. So Trayvon Taylor says this is not over yet.
I love it. I love it, Ray. The game is not over yet. You keep on playing. Make a play for your team. Bring a spark to your team.
There's your first play to start doing what you need to do.
What do they do here, Ray? Do they put it on the ground, or do you think it's time to start airing it out?
I think you put it in the air a little bit right here.
Oh.
That's just me. I don't think you go try to stretch the field.
Yeah.
I think you just, that little short 5, 6, 8 yard pass. May even try to do a wide receiver screen. Looking to throw. Yep, there's your catch. Ahmad Isaacs with the catch, a 3-yard gain. If he would have kept going the way he was going, he probably would have had about 8 yards.
That's receiver 101. Once you get that ball, you get upfield as soon as you can, especially in this predicament that we're in right now.
Right. Because you got 9:18 left here in the football game. You're down 18 points, so you got to have 3 scores. It's a sense of urgency is what needs to happen right now. Rubin looking to throw. He finds Holiday out of the backfield. Holiday across the 50, 40. He's down to the 35, 34-yard line. First down, Dragons. Nice little toss and catch by Rubin and Holiday.
You know what? I tell you what, that was a really good play. And like I said, it's been some good plays from both teams.
Well, the thing about that is Rubin was under pressure.
Yeah.
And that ball very well could have been batted down, but he got just enough air under it to get it to Holiday. I think you keep the ball in the air. Again, not deep, just try to chunk. And you're going to get a flag. It's going to be pass interference against Tuskegee. The man was bump.
Oh, yeah.
And at the very last minute, he did look back for the football, but
Definitely.
still.
And I thought Rubin could have put a little bit more air on that ball, giving the receiver a chance. But luckily, there was a pass.
Well, they call it holding.
Oh, okay.
Call it holding.
Yeah. Yeah, had Rubin put just a little bit more trajectory on it, I love that he was going to that receiver. That was the right play. Just a little bit more trajectory.
Well, and that was the shot that you need to keep, I guess you would say, Tuskegee, would you say, keep them honest a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
So let's see. 1st and 10, and Lane has it at the Tuskegee 23. Handoff up the middle to Holiday. He's going to get down to the 20, so a 3-yard gain.
Oh, yeah.
And you're doing that to keep it honest.
Oh, yeah. That's what that. You know what? I think that's a great call. That's a great call. But I would like to see a little bit more sense of urgency here. A little bit more
Exactly.
urgency.
You know, you talk about somebody out there looking and thinking, well, the passing game has been a success, but if you don't throw a run, your pass coverage becomes tighter. There's a catch.
Ooh.
Oh, nice hit.
Ooh.
And that's the first catch of the day for number 16 for the Dragons. That's Titus Fain. And he knew he was going to get hit.
Yeah. That tackle was by Javon Brandon.
So it's 3rd down and 3. But you run that football to keep the defense honest so they can't just drop back into coverage there. And so Ruben looks like he got trips to the near side. He's going to look to throw. Look, step up. He's going to keep it. He's tucking. He's got the first down. He's inside the 10-5, and he stretches across the goal line. Nice job, Thomas Ruben. Touchdown, Dragons.
Really, really good will play by Ruben. I mean, that's just so much individual character right there. I mean, that's when you talk about will, determination, speed.
And let's remember, that play comes and culminates the drive, which started with that Trayvon Taylor kickoff return, which got a little life into the Dragons. So with 7:13 left, it's 28-13. Juan Pena on for the extra point attempt. Kicks down, ball's up, in the air, good. So it's 28-18, 10-point differential.
Yeah.
Or 28-17, excuse me. It should be an 11-point difference. So still 2 possessions.
Yeah. A lot of time left in this
And
game.
you've got, what, almost 9 minutes?
Yep.
So let's go 7 minutes, just over 7 minutes. Do you try the onside kick again here if you're the Dragons?
You know, that is a coaching decision, but I think if you do it here, I think it wouldn't be a bad decision. I think you onside, try to get the ball. If you don't get the ball, put your defense on the field and say, hey, we need you to make a stand here.
Well, remember the last time they did an onside kick, they made the stand, and then Tuskegee came back.
Yeah. Let's see what happens, right?
Well, so you still need 2 possessions. You got plenty of time for 2 possessions.
A lot of time.
Looks like they're going to kick it deep. I don't see the hands team up. Maybe not.
Yep.
Well, they faked it. Good kick. He takes it at the 2-yard line. That's low.
Yeah.
And he's taken down at the 21-yard line. Great open field tackle right there. And that was number 12, I believe it was. Or was it 35? Brooks.
No, it looks like that was 88.
Well, then 88.
Yeah, that was 88.
That's Aaron Thomas then. What a great play. So you've got the lane defense back out on the field. Coach Ogden just told us the 88 is Aaron Thomas. That people probably heard that over the loudspeaker. We have a loudspeaker system just within the press box.
Oh, wow.
Timeout. The offense. That's their first timeout of the half.
Wow, look at Slater taking the timeout here.
Timeout, Tuskegee?
Yeah.
Well, we better take one with them.
Oh, yeah.
Stay right. We'll be right back in about 30, 45 seconds with more Lane Dragon football.
Why are you doing all this speeding? What time you gotta be there, huh? You ain't James Bond. You ain't some GTA character. You are not on Fast and Furious, okay? This is real life, and you are a normal pedestrian. Look at a speed sign, all right? Turn off that radio. Pay attention so you don't end up killing somebody like this fool almost did to me. This message is sponsored by Lane College, the power of potential. And remember, drive carefully.
And welcome back to Lane Stadium. I'm Ray Pack along with
De-Jon Mitchell.
And we are in the fourth quarter of play, 7:05 left. Dragons just punched it in the end zone. Now Tuskegee has it coming out of a timeout, 1st and 10. Ezel looking, he's going to throw. He's got his receiver over there, number 33. That's out of the backfield. Oh, and a great hit. One Dragon slowed him down, and the other came up and just nailed him and took him down.
That was Pitts coming in there.
Unfortunate, he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be second. No, he's back. Yeah, they're going to lose him a half a yard, so we'll call second and 11.
Going to be interesting to play call here. Second down. Do we run the ball here or do we pass the ball here as an offense?
Well, I think if I'm an offensive coordinator here, I put the ball on the ground so the clock will run. Now that's just me. You've got an 11-point lead. The clock is on your side the more you run it. Ezel takes a snap. Hand off up the middle. Nothing there.
Nothing.
And I believe that is low again. And just nothing there. The lane, interior line, and the linebacker crashing just totally wiped that play out. So 3rd down and 11. Now you're going to bring your pass rushers out.
A lot of communication going on with the defense.
Oh, yeah. From the sideline, from the press box, and from fans in the stands. As Ezel's in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking, he throws, got some pressure, and great defense by the Dragons. The closest receiver to the football was an offensive lineman on that play.
I want to really give credit to the defensive lineman Everett Curry from Lane. I don't know if people see that, but from a D lineman, that's called a retrace. It's a read that you have to do once you see that a screenplay is about to happen. You're supposed to retrace and get back. He did a really good job.
Yeah, definitely. You had the pressure coming from the outside, which allowed the lineman to drop back into that coverage. So Hall's going to punt. He's standing inside his 10, and you're going to give him 5 free yards. So Isaac picks it up, goes down immediately at the 39. But I don't know if you take this penalty or if you just play the ball. So it'll be a re-kick.
As a coach, I believe you'll want a re-kick because you may be able to get a better kick to pin them down a little bit.
That's a good point. But I'm going to be devil's advocate. What if you get a bad snap and a blocked punt?
You know what, Ray?
You got a balance there. I just think both things.
Oh yeah. Like I said,
and they are going to decline that penalty.
Yeah.
And probably today it's a smart decline because you're kicking into the wind, and the wind's kind of been gusty today.
Exactly.
So you just look at that and think of the fact that you probably just take it and go.
Exactly.
So Lane is at their own 39-yard line, trailing by 11, 28-17. We got 5 minutes left. Still time. Lane needs to move the ball down the field in a little bit of a hurry right here. They don't. Empty backfield. Rubin, complete pass. Aaron Thomas still on his feet. Fights out across the 45 to about the 48-yard line. So a pickup of 8. Almost 9.
Look at Aaron Thomas. He made a really good tackle on the special team play, and then he turns around and make a really good, catch on the first drive. Gotta love it.
Well, just remember, that play that he made on the tackle on the kickoff could feed where he's at on the offensive side. That's just kind of a momentum feeder for each individual player.
Yeah.
So Ruben keeps it, cuts back inside, nothing there, and he's going to be taken down at the 48. So it's still going to be 3rd down and 1, and a flag comes in, and I think we may get a flag against Tuskegee.
Yep.
The way the reaction is of their back players.
You know, as a coach, this is.
And I will give credit. We've seen it chippy quite a bit today. The officials have really, they've done a good job trying to keep it under control.
Definitely. And you know, as a coach, that will make your hair fall out. At this point of the game, to have those type of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties is not good.
Are you saying that silly penalties give you gray hair and that penalty causes your hair to fall out?
Oh, yeah. It's going to make
now you know why I'm not a coach.
Coaching is a gift.
So it's 1st and 10. Lane is at the 36-yard line of Tuskegee. Ruben takes the snap, looking. Nothing there. He's going to tuck it. He's at the 30, 25, inside the 25. He'll pick up another 1st down.
Really good individual effort again by Ruben. They came out on a trips left look. Makes the defense bounce over a little bit.
And that's still what you got. You've got that same trips look to the left side. Ruben, little hang time. Oh, nice catch. Now they're going to say he's out of bounds.
Ooh.
They're going to say he's out of bounds, and he let the defender make that call. That was a nice catch right there by Quintavious Wilson.
You know what? If Coach Burrows had that challenge flag in his back pocket, I believe that Lane would get it.
I would agree with that. So instead of 1st and goal, it is 2nd and 10, still at the 22-yard line. Moving Holiday around a little bit there. Ruben's going to drop back. Good protection this time. Got a man over the middle. And batted away from Grigsby by number 30 from Tuskegee, Javon Brandon. That was a great defensive play. Give him credit.
Javon Brandon looked like he also played at Tennessee State. We have on. Coming over to make that play. Let's see what Tuskegee does here.
You know, you go down Tuskegee's lineup, and they've got a lot of college transfer students.
Yeah, you know, they're known for having a lot of bounce backs.
Yes, they are. Of course, Lane has a few of those type players.
Yep.
Now 3rd down, big 3rd down for Ruben. He's throwing. He's going for Hampton in the corner of the end zone, incomplete, so it's going to work out 4th down and 10. De-Jon, I think right here, this 4th down play, which you've got to go for, it is the – well, they're going to kick a field. I forgot, they're only down 11.
Yep.
So you kick a field goal. Going to be about 39, maybe 40-yard field goal for Juan Pena.
And this is pressure. Pressure moment by the kicker.
Kick it from the right hash. Ball down, kick up, kick blocked. That's two today that have been blocked.
2 major special team play, like I said, Ray. Special teams players are important. And I don't know if somebody isn't picking up. I don't know if somebody isn't picking up on those edge guys, but that's the second time I've seen edge guys come off free.
That's twice. Yeah, that's today. So Tuskegee's going to take over, 3:29 on the clock. Lane has 3 timeouts, and the ball's going to be spotted at the 22. Now what are you going to do? You're going to run the football pretty much
definitely.
the whole time, aren't you?
Definitely. And
The reality is they have some backs that have some power.
oh yeah.
It looks like they've got the I formation. 35 is the fullback. The toss is to Lowe. He's taking it on a great hit.
Wee.
That was a great hit right there by number 5 for the Dragons.
And that was a great angle by Charles Dudley coming from that defensive back position. You know, coming down and making your angle as a defensive back, that was just great.
And are they discussing a flag over on the far sideline? There was nothing dirty about that hit. He did not go head to head or anything. Let's see what they call. Okay, it was a dead ball personal foul after the play. So Tuskegee's going to get 15 yards from that spot where Lowe was brought down. I didn't see anything extracurricular over there, and
Yeah.
you just never know.
Yeah, hard to tell from where we are.
And also in the backfield for Tuskegee is number 35, Jakevian Goodlow.
Yep. And I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing the defense of Lane and start trying to rip that ball out to get
Correct.
the ball back.
Little strip action right here. And we have a stoppage of play. And it's the first warning for the Lane band playing during game clock running.
Yep.
It happens every week. I know you as a band director, you try to push it as far as you can. But one of these days in a critical situation, you're going to get that flag.
It's going to hurt.
And 15-yard unsportsmanlike. That's not going to be pretty. Handoff up the middle. And that is 35, the fullback, Jakevian Goodlow.
That was a good tackle by Roby, man. I tell you, Roby is a special player.
You know, you look back at today's game. Yeah, I realize Tuskegee has 28 points, but the defense overall.
Oh yeah.
If you were grading on a scale, the A, B, C, D scale, I still think they get A minus.
Yep.
For what they've done today.
Definitely.
The negative is the big plays that they've given up. That's the only thing.
Yep.
Under center, Ezel again to Goodlow. Goodlow, another good hit. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5. As clock ticks down under 2 minutes to 1:49, Coach Burrows takes a timeout. We're going to take this timeout with them, and we'll come back and we'll bring you the rest of the game when that's over. So we'll be back with more Dragon football right after this.
Lights, camera, action. The mass communication department needs help. All students are welcome to help out with the production of the Coach Burrows show every Monday. Any help would be appreciated.
All right, we're back to live action. Let's remind you, next week, October the 7th, we'll be right back here at Lane Stadium as Langston comes to town for homecoming week. You can keep an eye out on all the social media sites for Lane College for all the updates and the action of things that are going. In a shotgun formation, handoff, handoff to number 11, and he's down in the backfield, brings up 4th down, and that is Twan Adams, and he just went right down to a knee right about the time he got the handoff.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Big stop. Big stop. They got the stop they needed.
And so 4th down and 9. The clock ticks with 1:25. Lane still has 2 timeouts. I think you want to save those for
the clock is running. They burned they're
and he should have called. I think he should have called a timeout right there. So now we're going to be under a minute before now he finally calls a timeout. But look how much time has went off the clock.
You know, they actually started with the ball with 1 minute and 53 seconds.
And so, just that's clock management right there. So you burned 47 seconds?
Yes, sir.
Which is hard to believe because there's only supposed to be 40 seconds between a play.
Yep. Makes it time is an essence of right now, and
so you got Hall back, Isaac's back deep to receive the punt. Lane's looks like they're coming. Here they come.
Good job.
A block.
Good job.
Nice. And Lane's gonna have possession at the 15. I almost right here kicked my field goal on 1st down and go for the onside kick.
Yep.
That's just me.
What a great effort by Gabriel Scott. Goodness gracious, came off that edge flying, and that's all you want from your edge player.
And you've mentioned this several times today. Special teams play for the Dragons has really been very good.
Exactly.
I mean, you had Juan Pena pin a punt inside the 1.
Yep.
Now you have a blocked punt.
Could be a special play in this game.
And so Ruben takes the snap, looking to throw, going to the corner of the end zone. Grigsby is going to be a touchdown. There we go. So Lane, 28-23 is our score. We've got 50 seconds left in the ball game. Nice connection. Ruben to Grigsby. I at first thought he was going to fall out of bounds, but as he was falling, he hit the ball, hit the pylon, and that's automatically a touchdown.
You know what? He actually got that one back from the one that was called back.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
A lot of time left in this game, Ray.
Well, it looks like Lane is going to go for 2. Go for 2 here for the 8. That'll bring it within 3. Then you would need a field goal to tie to push to overtime. I almost do a bootleg right here and keep the ball in Ruben's hands and let his feet do the work. Now he's going to throw to the corner. Incomplete. So that will be the ball game. No need for an onside kick right now. But I tell you what, the fight, the effort that the Dragons put forth is impressive to me.
Oh, yeah. But you know what, Ray, he still might have some time. Down 5, 23-28, 50 seconds to go. I've seen a lot of football in my life, and I've seen some crazy
I'm not
finishes.
saying it's impossible.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the probability of it is very, very low. And that time, Ruben, he knew it was a timing route. He just kind of a little bit too much air under it.
Yeah. You know what, Ray? I think going back to your point, I'm not an offensive coach, but I think that would have been a good idea to maybe keep the ball into Ruben's hands and let him operate.
Well, I mean, we saw how effective he was on the previous drive and I think they were, I may be wrong, but I think they were designed quarterback draws where he would roll out in a naked bootleg or just a bootleg and let his feet do the work.
Yeah.
That's what he did when he scored that touchdown. I mean, he just twisted and tumbled and got into the end zone.
That rollout actually gives the quarterback an option, because he has a couple of options. He can either pass the ball or run the ball. So that's a great play, Ray.
And the all-hands team looks like you're not going to have anybody deep. The 25 is going to be the deepest man. It's like you're going to have, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Golden Tigers on the front line anticipating the onside kick. Now, for Juan Pena, the key to this play is to kick and get a high bounce where it'll go 10 yards, so hopefully you can grab and pluck it out of the air.
Exactly. Uh-oh.
And you're going to have delay a game, so back them up 5.
Don't really see too many delay of game penalties on the kicking team, so that's.
But now I got to tell you about a game last week that I did at Chester County. And I was telling one of your coaches, we had a team coming out of Memphis, not football players, but athletes. 4 times on a change of possession, they had to delay a game because somebody wasn't on the field. And he kicked it right to. So all Tuskegee has to do is run one play, and this football game is going to be over.
Yeah. On that kick, you may have wanted just a little bit harder bounce to make the Tuskegee Tigers.
Yeah, that ball never got much off the ground. And you noticed they had 5, which you call that overload?
Yeah.
On to the left side of the field from our angle.
Exactly.
And you had 2 to the right side, which I say the weak side of the field. And
that's
we kicked the ball to the strong side.
Yeah. They'll coaches will definitely
that may be a learning curve. And folks, that'll be the final play of the game. As the officials are actually Coach Burrows took a timeout. And I think what he's telling his players is,
be smart. As a coach, you want everybody to stay on one accord, and we played a hard game. You don't want anybody getting any suspensions for next week's game.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. You don't want to see any kind of suspensions or any of those things that could take place.
Yeah. Coach Burrows it's all about respect, and it's having a class act. Especially playing here at home. You got your president and so many of the faculty members here, and families here. So you want to show that we have some discipline.
Well, the big thing is you do not want to. It's about respect.
Yeah.
You use the right word, respect. Don't let them bait you into a cheap shot.
Yep.
And folks, that was the last snap of the football game because there's 33 seconds left, and when they spot the ball, that's it. The referee has held up the flag. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. De-Jon and I will bring you the final stats and a few comments, and then we will sign off. So we will be right back with the wrap-up for this Lane Dragon football game as they fall today 28-23 to Tuskegee.
the ball game. Final score, Golden Tigers 28, Dragons 23. The Chicken Lineup Dragons next home. Next game will be here at home Saturday, October 7th. Here at Lane Field against Langston University. This will be Lane College's homecoming game. Game time will be 2 p.m. The Lane College administrative staff would like to thank you for supporting the Lane College Dragons and attending today's game. As you make your way home, remember that the biggest score of the day is by making the decision to buckle up and drive safely.
And that's why they wanted me to do forward at high school. I don't mind doing play-by-play. I can do play-by-play because you've added to my play-by-play by the interesting things. And I can tell you looked back and you saw what was going on. All right, when they come back.
And we'll welcome you back in. I'm Ray Pack along with
De-Jon Mitchell.
And De-Jon's going to go through these stats. I think you're going to find a few things pretty amazing as you look at the score of the football game.
The amazing thing that I see, of course, is the total offense. You look at Tuskegee, they had 267 yards of total offense. When you look at Lane College, 379 yards of total offense.
As you look at that, look at the other number beside the number of yards. Look at the number of plays run by Tuskegee, and then look at the number run by Lane.
Folks, we have 45 plays by Tuskegee and 76 plays by Lane.
So Lane runs 31 more plays in a football game, which tells you they dominate time of possession.
Definitely, and it reminds you of last week. And I don't want to bring last week, but
it does. It does remind you of last week.
No, I don't know what it is, but I'm seeing so much growth and so much gain in this Lane team. It's it's just a couple of those missed plays, and to lose by 5 points is
And then as you look at this number, look at the first downs.
Yeah,
10 for Tuskegee,
19
for Lane.
Wow.
Red zone, Tuskegee 2 for 2, Lane 3 out of 4.
Exactly.
And so it tells you how even this football game was as far as scoreboard looking.
Exactly.
But Lane dominated this football game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the defense of the Dragons did a great job.
And if you remember, Ray, we had those two. I mean, we let one play get behind us, but remember those two drop passes that could be potentially touchdowns, and then also down here,
the pass they called incomplete. Yeah. Yes, you're correct.
Yeah, and then Tuskegee had the interception for a touchdown by the defensive lineman. That was a big play, and actually, they win by one possession. So that tells you a lot about this game. And it was a tough physical game. Tough fight.
Yeah,
everything we expected.
Like you and I said, the Dragons are going to feel it as they get back and get the ice baths and all the different things that football players have to have after a tough physical game. Well, De-Jon, I think it's time for us to sign off.
All right.
I've enjoyed working with you, young man.
Sure.
I know you will probably be back again.
Oh, yeah, I will.
And I'm looking forward to that. But let me say, on behalf of Dr. Logan Hampton, president of Lane College, Derek Burrows, athletic director,